Welcome to the final exam review, semester 1 for pre-calculus. I'm going to start with number 21. This is part 4. For the graph below, A is the lead coefficient, positive or negative. So when we're looking at the lead coefficient, you want to look at the right end behavior, okay? So if your lead coefficient goes up, it would be positive, and if it goes down, it would be negative. And you can see my right-hand behavior goes up, so it's definitely going to be positive. They're also going to ask you to look at, is the degree even or odd? So the degree tells me if it's even that the ends go in the same direction. If it's odd, the ends go in opposite directions. So when I look at my other end here, my end is going in the same direction, so mine have to be even. Okay, I'm about to erase all this, so if you need to write it down, please pause the video and then replay when you're ready to go. If x minus 3 is a factor of x to the third plus 4x squared minus 11x minus 30, find the other two factors. So we can find the other factors by using synthetic division. Okay, so we're going to use synthetic division to see if x minus 3, well, we know it's a factor, but to find the other factors. So you take x minus 3, you set it equal to 0, and find that x equals 3. So using synthetic division, 3 is going to go up top, and you're going to look at the coefficients. So 1, 4, negative 11, and negative 30. And I'm going to go ahead and write those out up here. And of course, I'm checking that I didn't skip it. So I go, with my exponents, I went from 3 to 1 to none. Okay, which is correct. I don't need to add in any zeros. Here's how you do synthetic division. Always on the first one, you just bring it straight on down. And whatever's down here gets multiplied by what's up here. So 3 times 1 is 3, and I write it here. Then you add. Then the process repeats. 3 times 7 is 21. You add, you get 10. 3 times 10 is 30. You add and you get 0. Now, how does this help me find the other two factors? Remember, these are now your leading or your coefficients for your new polynomial. So before the highest degree was a third power. So now these will just be to the second and on down. So this is going to become 1x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okay, and I just want the other factors. So since a is 1, it's real nice and easy to find the factors of 10. I can only get it by doing 1 times 10 or 2 times 5. Here's how I figure out my signs. Whatever the sign is on B goes with the bigger number. So these have to be positives. You need your sign, when you multiply them, I need it to be positive. Okay? So a positive times what gives me a positive? Well, they all have to be positive. When I do the math, 1 plus 10 is 11, 2 plus 5 is 7. You're going to pick the one that gives you the middle term. So this tells me my factors are x plus 2 times x plus 5. So these are the other factors along with the original x minus 3. Okay, on to number 23. Compare the graph of g of x equals negative 1/2 x squared minus 7x plus 2 with the graph of f of x equals x squared. So this is the parent function, so I know that it opens up and that the vertex is at 0, 0. And that's really what they want to know here. Does this one open up or down? My leading coefficient is negative, so this one opens down. And to find the vertex, you let x equal the opposite of b over 2a. A is your leading coefficient in front of x squared. B is the coefficient in front of x. So the opposite of negative 7 is a positive 7. 2 times a, which is a negative 1/2, gives me 7 over negative 1, which is negative 7. So that tells me in the x direction it moves negative 7, or it moves left 7. Then I have to find the y value of the vertex, okay? And I find that you find the y value by plugging in your x value. So I'm going to plug in negative 7 for x. So negative 1/2 times 7 squared minus 7 times x, which again is negative 7, plus 2. If you plug that in your calculator, you end up with 26.5. Okay, so y equals 26.5. Okay, and that means I moved up. It's, hey, what's going on? Well, this is why I came back to you. I was out Thursday and Friday because I had a root canal on Thursday.
What's this?
Oh, so I can write on my iPad. I'm making videos, and so it makes it a lot easier than this
Which app do you use to make?
Doceri, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I just write on there, and I just import. I take screenshots and I import it.
That's cool.
Because I wasn't here to review them. I had the root canal. Wednesday, I like sat here. I wrote it on the board. I'm like, leave me alone. I don't feel good. Those are just extra tips.
No, I was just checking them out.
I got it on Amazon for like $10 or something.
How responsive is this to the different sizes?
There's only 2 different sizes, so let me write on it. Oh, I forgot it screws off. Very actually. You say it's kind of weird to write with, but
Not bad.
I mean it's pretty good.
Let's see some-
I don't like this side.
No, I wouldn't like that at all.
Well, this one's actually not.
Now, what's
bad.
with the little plastic thing?
I don't know. You can't take it off.
Oh.
I don't know why. I think that makes, I don't know. But this one is actually, most of the real round ones I hated writing with because they were like real smushy. Feel this one. It's actually okay to write with. Like after I bought it, I'm like, oh, like it actually is a pretty fine,
Yeah.
where the other ones would be like real, I don't know.
And that does like you could control you could leave your computer.
Okay, number 24 says find the vertex of the parabola. This one is in vertex form, which says y equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. And the nice thing about this form is h and k are your vertex. Okay, but remember it's minus h, so whatever your h value is, it's the opposite. So I would say the vertex is negative 7, 9. When they say, for 25, simplify the log base 5 of 82, we don't know how to do that in the calculator with the itty-bitty number, but you really can put it in the calculator by typing log of 82 over log of 5, remembering after the 82, closing the parentheses, and then again after the log of 5, closing those parentheses. And you should get 2.74. Number 26 says write natural log of 2 equals 0.693 in exponential form. I'm just going to rewrite it a little bigger so you guys can see it, and I can show you how to do it. So the natural log of 2 equals 0.693. So it doesn't show me the base, but it's a natural log, so I automatically know the base is e. And to rewrite this, just like I showed you in class, we're going to swirly, which means you take your base, e, raised to the power of 0.693, and it has to equal 2. Okay, I'm just going to finish off 26 because the phone rang and I had to pause. But when you rewrite it in exponential form, it's e to the 0.693 equals 2. Number 27 says condense. Condense means to make things smaller. Okay? When you have 2 logs with the same base that are being added, it can be rewritten as 1 log where they get multiplied. Okay? And all you have to do here is then FOIL or double distribute. So I'd have the log of x times x, which is x squared, x times 2, which is positive 2x, negative 8 times x, which is negative 8x, and negative 8 times 2, which is 16. So when I combine like terms, my final answer ends up being the log of x squared minus 6x minus 16. Okay, let's look at number 28. It says solve log base x of 81 equals 4. So when I go to solve this, I want to rewrite it in exponential form because logs don't make a whole lot of sense to my brain. Okay, sorry, somebody came in the room. So let me start again on 28. When I have a log, my brain doesn't process it very well. The best way to deal with it is rewrite it in exponential form, which is that swirly thing we talked about in class. So if I rewrite it, I would get x to the 4th power equals 81. Okay? And really, you can just try out numbers. 1 to the 4th power is 1. 2 to the 4th power is 16. That doesn't work. 3 to the 4th power is 81. So when you look, you can see that x is 3. This is going to be the end of this video. More videos to come.